welcome back to How to Cake It. Which camera do I look at? It's the end of summer. I need to suck all the juice out of this summer that I can, and that's why I'm making my key lime pie cake. Get it? Juice. I'm going to start by making my Biscoff crust. So the first thing I need to do is dump these biscuits into the food processor. It's not gonna fit, so come here, Orhan. Come here, Orhan. Here. The Biscoff crust I'm making is for my cake layers and for my key lime pie. I wasn't paying attention. I gotta put some of these crumbs back in. They weren't as fine. Yep. Oh no. What are you laughing at?
You put the blade in.
You're like, you know what you're like? Those mean boys that I went to culinary school with. Like, you didn't put the blade in. You gotta put it in first. That's what you're doing right now. So I measured out the crumbs I need for my pie. I'm gonna just put this aside. And these are the crumbs I need for the cake layers. So now I'm going to add a little bit of sugar. And now it's time to add the butter. The recipe for this cake and all its elements is in my latest book, Layer Up. This is one of my favorites. But I feel like I said that about coconut chocolate. I did. I think my true, oh, I don't know. I can't just pick one. We have our butter-coated crumbs, and now I'm going to place them in my cake pans. Okay, so now I'm going to spread these crumbs on the bottom of the pan. I'm gonna use my hands at first, and then I'm gonna use a small cake pan to help me press them down. I've prepared the crusts for my cake layers. Now I need to top it with my lime cake batter, which I'm going to make right now. There's already sugar in this bowl, and I'm going to add my unsalted butter and some vanilla. So in order to make this a lime cake, I'm gonna add some fresh lime zest to the batter at this point in time. See, I'm not really good because technically I'm just passing the bottom one and you shouldn't do that. I can't juggle with three, I'm just lying. Let's go. No!
That was pretty good.
Now I can't zest that lime. And I like adding flavor at this stage of the batter, like the vanilla and the lime, because fat carries flavor very well. So beating that up with the butter and sugar is gonna bring out the most of that flavor. See, look at Orhan. So you're throwing and while, yep. That, I don't know. Did you notice I couldn't do it? Oh no. Cake It, we work very hard.
But can shooty juggle?
Juggle. So this mixture is looking light and fluffy, but I'm gonna scrape down the bowl because I wanna make sure there's no butter or sugar caught at the bottom or on the paddle. Okay, I just turned it off so you could hear me. I'm gonna turn it back on to just the lowest stir speed, and I'm going to start to add my eggs. Room temperature. So now again, lowest speed. I'm gonna alternate my dry ingredients with my wet ingredients. Ooh. Okay, the batter is ready. It's time to bake my cakes. Helena, can you take two? And I'll take two. Okay, here they go. Now I'm going to make my key lime pie to put on top of this cake. And of course I have to start with the crust because the crust bakes for a bit before we fill it. So in this bowl, I have my Lotus biscuit crumbs and I'm going to add the sugar. And now I'm going to stir in the butter. Again, just make sure all of the crumbs are coated. Now I need to save 1/4 cup of this crummy mixture to decorate the outside of the cake. So I'm gonna take that out now. And now I can fill the tart shell. I like to start by doing the sides. So I like to press the crumbs into the sides first and then focus on the bottom. So you wanna make sure it's even all the way around. And oh, look at that. This is a whole, look at it. So I'm gonna blind bake this crust. Just yeah, that means empty. I don't know why it's not called empty bake. And while the crust is baking, I'm gonna make the filling. And then I'll let the crust cool down a bit, pour it on, and bake the pie. So now I'm going to make the filling for the key lime pie. It is called key lime pie, but I can tell you we can't find key limes here all year round. So this is a key lime. You can make this cake and this pie with regular limes. Look, it's like this is the mom and dad, this is the baby lime.
What is this noise?
That's the oven timer. I've talked about how annoying it is. It's the most annoying oven timer of all time. The filling is really simple. It just has condensed milk, egg yolks, lime zest, and lime juice. I'm gonna go check on the crust, and then I can pour this filling in. Oh, yeah. We're just gonna smooth this filling out on top. As with cake, you can get a dredging in key lime pie. So we don't wanna dredge. Don't scrape that spatula onto the crust. Oh my God, I just dredged. I dredged. You look good. Now let's go to the oven. It's time to make lime curd. Very important part of this cake. I'm gonna put my sugar, egg yolks, and an egg. And I'm going to start whisking this. And now I'm going to add the lime juice. Is this enough curd? One way. What? Wow. They are coming. Maybe that truck is gonna bust right through right now. Filled with zombies who want cake. Curd is done. The curd is looking really curdy. There you go. The butter thickens it and it adds flavor. I'm just gonna give the butter a moment to melt in the hot curd. The curd is done, the butter has melted. And now I'm going to pour it in this bowl so it can cool completely. Curd, curd, curd. The curd is the word. So now I have all the components. And tomorrow I can just have fun filling and stacking and decorating, which is my favorite part. No, my favorite part is eating. I'll do that too. And I hope my hair is less frizzy tomorrow. It's a new day! And it's still summer, so I'm wearing a summer top. This top is my mom's dress. Like legit from the 80s. And I've kept it for years and years and years because she was gonna throw it out or donate it. I took it to my husband's tailor and I asked if he could fix the dress because my mom's taller than me. So it always looked like I was wearing my mom's dress, if you know what I mean. So then I said, can you just cut off the skirt and make it a top? And then this belt was the belt on the dress. New life. So here are my beautiful key lime cakes. They were baked, cooled yesterday, and then when they're completely cool, we wrap them and put them in the fridge. So right now these pans are cold. I know you can't feel it, but they're cold. And the reason I chill cakes is because it makes them easier to level and layer and carve if you're carving. Less crumbs. All 4 of my key lime cakes are leveled. I don't have to layer them. This cake has thicker layers of cake, but I am going to simple syrup them, of course, and this is a lime simple syrup. I'm going to make lime buttercream to fill and ice this cake. So I have my lime curd that I made yesterday with you guys, and I'm gonna open it up, unwrap it, reserve some of this for the inside of the cake, but I need a bit to stir into my buttercream. Okay, so I am going to add a tiny, tiny bit of green food coloring. I love it. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. I'm spreading my lime buttercream on top of my lime cake. I'm gonna spread a nice even layer. So I'm piping this tiny fence. I'm gonna put a tiny dollop of lime curd. We're just putting the thinnest layer of lime curd on top of the buttercream. If you put too much curd, because it's soft, A, it will start to soften the cookie crust that will be on the bottom of the next layer. And B, it makes the cake want to like shuffle around, which we don't want. Okay, ready? I'm gonna crumb coat, and I'm gonna use the buttercream in here. Ready? Okay, it's done. Look at it. It's time to ice the cake. The crumb coat is fully chilled. When I touch it, nothing comes off. So I'm ready to ice, but you do wanna be careful not to let your spatula touch the crumb coat and dredge up. I'm gonna need your hand to hold the stand. The hand on the stand, please. Hand on the stand.
Handstand by.
I can't snap, there's too much buttercream in my hands. I'm gonna texture this buttercream with a silicone brush. Very important that it's silicone and not bristles made of hair. And the best thing about this is you can go over the same spot as many times as you want until the cake looks how you want it to look. And you could brush so hard that you get back down to the crumb coat, so don't do that. And if you do, just ice over it and keep brushing. But before I put this in the fridge to chill, I'm going to add, remember I reserved a 1/4 cup of the crumbs with the butter yesterday? I'm going to make some stabilized whipped cream for the top of my key lime pie. There's a few ways to stabilize whipped cream. For this key lime pie, I'm doing it with gelatin. So the first thing you have to do is take your gelatin and sprinkle it over a little bit of water. The gelatin, I'm gonna let it sit on top of the water and just start dissolving. And while it's waiting, I've already poured my whipping cream into the bowl of my stand mixer. The other thing I'm going to do before whipping it? No, it is not after lunch. I am not hitting an afternoon slump. 2:22 and I'm feeling good. So I am gonna sweeten the cream. So this is just some icing sugar. And I'm just gonna use the whisk attachment to stir this together. So what I'm gonna do is, and now what I need to do is microwave this. So I just wanna microwave this mixture until it has melted. And that way, as this comes up to soft peaks, I can slowly pour in this gelatin. Okay, I'm gonna start adding this. Whoop. Did you see that? Shh, we're gonna pretend I didn't do that. So you don't have to be an expert piper. You can just use this star tip to pipe little dollops or stars. Stay around the border of the pie. I still like to see the crust. Orhan loves to tell us the studio is haunted. And I don't think he's wrong, necessarily. So now I'm gonna add a few green dragées. The book are different. Oh, look at how beautifully it landed. I dropped it, but. Are we gonna put limes around it?
Yes.
And do like a transition? I feel like this queen needs a runner. Hold on. Thank you for joining me. Make this key lime pie cake, and I wonder what cake I'm gonna make next. I can't stop staring at this cake. It's definitely one of my favorites. I decided that today. And I still love you.